Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. If not, welcome back. For today's Hoya After Hours, I'm going to be talking about my top used and most favorite Amazon-based products that I use in my daily care of houseplants. So if that sounds exciting to you, keep on watching. So I use a ton of things in my daily plant routine from Amazon, and some of my plant products I get from Palm Street, from Tali, and it's a seller that I've spoken about many times now on this channel. If not, I do get some of my pots and like my plastic liners and saucers from local nurseries. But I do get quite a bit of just like regular plant stuff like in bulk from Amazon. And I'm going to share with you my favorite products, and hopefully you'll find them as useful as I do. In no particular order whatsoever, the first thing I'm going to talk about are these trays. So I buy like this test tube tray rack thing from Amazon, and everything that I talk about I'm going to link down in the description box below. It is a wonderful, like extremely compact thing, and like when you're not using it, this whole thing folds down flat. Like you can unclip all of these, I guess, joineries, and everything can lay down flat. But this is a wonderful thing if you like propping in these water floral tubes. So I prop almost like, because I'm strapped for space, I personally would prefer to prop everything in Floral, but this is just so much more compact for me. And personally, I don't mind water propping things because I tend to I tend to overroot all of my Hoyas. Like they get extremely root bound in these tubes before I move them to like a semi-hydro setup or like into just straight up loose chunky soil mix, and they in general do really well. So I kind of don't really mind water propping because it saves. I mean, look at how compact this is. I have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cuttings just on this tiny little tray. So it's very compact, it's very easy to move around. I can like look visually and see immediately what I need to add water to, so it's very easy to maintain. So this is probably one of my favorite things that I've gotten from Amazon over the years. And obviously, like, oh my god, there's so much duck hair. And obviously, like, speaking about the tubes and the rags, I have to talk about these floral tubes. So this is probably my most used size, I would say. Like this tube is probably my most used size. But I have I have three different sizes that I get from Amazon. So this is the regular one that I think you get from most sellers, and this is the one that I use the most frequently. This is a smaller one, so if you can see, it's like probably about half the volume-ish. This is something I use for a lot of my Polyneura cuttings or Hoya cuttings that are a lot shorter, and you just don't need such a big tube. So I also have these as well. This also fits pretty well onto the rack, like as you can see, fits pretty well. So I tend to like just pop these tiny ones onto the rack as well, and it seems to work really well. Yeah, so these are the two sizes that I use the most regularly. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably have seen my video about these giant prop tubes. If you haven't watched the video on like my entire giant prop tube experiment, I do highly recommend it, and I'll link it down below. But these are like the new giant prop tubes that I found on Amazon a couple months ago, and I have been using the heck out of these. These are wonderful for really long cuttings, and they are amazing like for water propping, but I usually don't use this in a water prop application. I tend to use these with Floral. So you can do it with perlite, you can do it with Floral, you can do it with pond, honestly all kinds of substrate. If you want to squeeze soil in here, you probably can. I don't. But yeah, if you're interested to find out more about these giant prop tubes, go check out my giant prop tube video. But again, so compare these to, like, this is the regular size one I just showed you. This is the giant one. Look at that. So like it's another size up. I can usually fit about 3 cuttings in here with Floral, and I'm going to show you an example. Hang on. So this here is my Hoya Chang Dao Silver, as you can see, and I have 3 cuttings in here. They're extremely well rooted. I use the giant prop tube when I have Floral in it. I generally use it without the cap. So as you can see, there's no cap, especially when I put in like more than 1 cutting. If I only put in 1 cutting, I usually use it with the cap because it stays wet for longer and it's a lot less maintenance for me. But when I put like a ton of cuttings, usually I fit like about between 3 to 4 cuttings in one tube. Look at how many roots there are, and I usually grow it in Floral, and these work so well. So if you have used these tubes before and you have like cut off the cap to release your plant, don't throw away the tubes. You can still use the tubes for like this application, and I would highly recommend it. And with those giant prop tubes, I have like a completely different size rack. So these racks have like a much bigger square to fit like the bigger size tubes, and all of these I got from Amazon, and I would highly recommend it if you tend to prop a lot. So we talked about the tubes, we talked about the rack. The next thing I get from Amazon, like truly, it's just so much easier to shop for like clear plastic cups on Amazon than like a grocery store, like a superstore, because they tend to sell like opaque cups for some reason. It's really hard to find clear cups sometimes. But I get all of these cups from Amazon. So these little shot glasses are really good for like propping Hoya, and I usually put Floral in there. And then these are also like really good for like pond or like bonsai rocks or even like leca balls. And these are obviously like the most, I guess, standard cup I use to grow out my Hoyas in semi-hydro in a closed container setup. If you haven't seen my old tutorial videos about how I transfer cuttings from Floral or like from water prop into like a semi-hydro closed container setup, go check it out. I usually use these cups, and all of these are from Amazon. When I buy a sleeve of disposable cups from Amazon, they usually last me a really long time because I don't tend to throw them away. So whenever I am done with a plant, like after I finish propping something, I tend to wash these things out if they don't break, and I reuse them. So they tend to last a really long time for me. And like, here's a quick tip, like, you know how, so it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but also I think it's good for the environment. When I go to cafes or when I go to a bar, like 2 days ago, I went to like an outdoor beer garden with friends, and all of our beers came in these plastic cups. And I was like, these are really good quality cups. And it's such a waste for you to just drink your beer and like for this to just go straight into the trash or the landfill. So I collected everyone's cups. I tossed out the beer. I collected everyone's cups. I brought it home. I washed it, and now they're gonna be reused as my Hoya cups. And honestly, if you don't want to use them in a semi-hydro setup, all you have to do is like poke some holes down the bottom. Like if you have like a screwdriver, you can hammer a hole in. If you like have like a soldering thing, you can melt a hole in. Like honestly, there's so many different ways you can make holes in the bottom of a cup to turn this into the plant pot. Like, don't waste these cups. So I know, I'm kind of crazy. I collected everyone's cups to bring home. So, yeah. Moving on, another thing that I really enjoy from Amazon are these 3-inch square pots. They come with really good drainage, as you can see. It is extremely good drainage. It kind of like has little feet, so it props the pot above the saucer a little bit, so when things drip down, it doesn't just like get reabsorbed back in. So I really like the design of these. Like, I just enjoy the size. It's really good for like after you've like over-rooted something in these floral tubes, you can just like pop them in a 3-inch pot like this, and it's just like the perfect fit for like little chunky soil mix. If it's your first time growing Hoyas can take quite a bit of root boundness compared to Acrylics. Like Acrylics start turning yellow and dropping leaves and all of that. Like Hoyas actually quite enjoy being root bound, so they can actually stay in these like tiny little pots for quite a long time. So I do recommend these 3-inch pots. Moving on to the next pot that I also get from Amazon are these. These are 4-inch rounded clear pots, and what I love about the Amazon one, I will link down below, is that they come with saucers. So you don't have to like buy the pot and then go to like somewhere else and like find saucers. Like, it comes in a set and it fits perfectly. So isn't that nice? So this is something I really enjoy from Amazon as well. And again, like a set of 10 lasts like a really long time for me, because by the time my plants graduate from the 4-inch pot and I move them up to like the next size up, my 3" would then move up to the 4". So I just keep rotating them. I don't really throw them away unless they break, and they haven't broken on me yet, so it's been good. Another thing I also get from Amazon are my systemic granules. I know a lot of you have commented, and thank you for commenting, about how these could increase spider mite risks, and that it's not recommended for a semi-hydro application. I understand all of those things. I'm using it because I don't experience a giant spider mite explosion when I use these. I only experience spider mites when it gets really hot and dry in a house, which is when the heaters turn on. So personally, I haven't noticed the spider mite explosion problem. So I will continue using this, and I have been continuing using these. So this is really good for me. If you have pets at home that tend to chew on your plants, this is not the right pesticide to use because it is not going to be safe for pets that chew on your plants. So don't use a systemic pesticide at home if your pets tend to eat your plants. These are another thing I also get from Amazon. These are just like acrylic rods, I guess. I use them for Hoyas, and they fit perfectly like in a short shelf, like not this one, this is particularly short, but like a regular shelf. It fits really well. So I tend to like have these in tiny 3" pots, and they support, they act as a trellis, so I can like, keep looping vines on the little stick, and helps with space constraints and stuff like that. So I do really enjoy these acrylic rods, and you can like just keep reusing them again and again and again, which is I think really good. Another thing I also use a lot from Amazon are these prop pins, and I buy like a multi-pack that comes with different sizes. So this one comes with like 3 different sizes. Hang on. It's like a medium, it's a large, like a L, M, and S situation. So you have a small one. I think this is probably my most used size because it's easier to use in like a tiny prop cup. This is probably the second size I use the most for like bigger cuttings. And then this is like that weird medium size that honestly I just don't really use, but it's still good when you run out of like the yellow and the red ones. Again, I don't really run out of these, and I think I've only bought them once because I tend to reuse them. So once I'm done propping something, I will wash them, disinfect them, and then reuse them again. So they're completely reusable. Another 2 more items that I also use from Amazon, and these I have bought like several times because you do run out of Hoya clips quite quickly when you grow Hoyas, because Hoyas are vining plants. So these are like the tiniest little clips. So they're actually not marketed as plant clips. They're marketed as like children's hair accessories, but they're like the perfect size for extremely thin vines. So these are perfect. They're like not too tight so they don't break your vines, and they're very easy to maneuver, as you can see. So I really enjoy these plastic clips that I get from Amazon, and I think you can get like all kinds of colors and stuff. I have like an opaque one, but most of my clips are clear. I just prefer clear. Probably my most used clip in this house is the regular big, probably like M size clip. I get this also from Amazon. Like I think a pack has like 100 pieces or something like that, and I run through them pretty fast. So these can go on your hair, but they can also do really well with plants. So I do enjoy these clips a lot. I tend to prefer this dark brown color or like a clear crystal one, but I tend to like go for these because they're cheaper. But yeah, I use these clips a lot. And again, another reason why I just like really enjoy this particular brand is just not too tight. Like sometimes it's too snappy and too tight. You tend to break vines when you're clipping things. So I find that these have like the perfect tension, I'd say. Moving on to more clips. This is also another clip that I get from Amazon. These have like really cute wooden ladybugs on them, but these are extra large clips for my bigger Hoyas that have like really chunky vines, like the Hoya Lois Intrusiana that I recently featured on my channel. Or like when I attach a really tall trellis, like a 2 to 3 foot tall trellis, they're usually thicker because they need to be sturdier. And for those trellises, you do need like a thicker clip. So this is a less commonly used size, but a good one to have in your arsenal. Moving on from plant clips, this is something that's newer to my routine. These are acrylic trellises that I got from Amazon recently to try out. When I say recently, probably like a couple of weeks ago. but I've been really enjoying these so far. They're rounded, so they clip really well. So as you can see, the clip that I'm using here, they're rounded, they clip really well. They're really sturdy because they're acrylic. But if you don't want to buy trellises, you don't want to waste money on trellises, I do have a video teaching you how to make your own trellises using wires that I also get from Amazon. So if you're interested in that video, I'll link it down in the description box below. However, if you have, like, for example, this is a Hoya Silver Lady. The leaves are very heavy, they're very chunky and thick. The stems are also very chunky and thick. So if you have a Hoya that weighs a lot, a braided wire trellis sometimes just isn't quite as strong as like a regular acrylic trellis. So that's when you might have to shell out like a little bit of money for like a more sturdy trellis. But I do really enjoy this one, so I'll link it down in the description. Box below. Another trellis that I've been using recently from Amazon as well is this other acrylic trellis, and as you can see, it has like a really fun iridescence, and it is also very sturdy. It's very easy to use. I have used it to kind of trellis my Hoya elephant over here. My only complaint that I always have with acrylic trellises that are kind of stamped out from a sheet, it has really sharp edges and it's kind of thick. So as you can see over here, when you try to pin or when you're trying to clip a stem to the trellis, the clip just doesn't quite fit very well because it's a weird shape. So I think the trellis looks very cool and I really enjoy looking at it. I just don't quite like the shape. I wouldn't say it's a bad trellis, however, so I would still recommend it just because I think it has like that nice cool factor. But I still prefer rounded trellises compared to like the sharp ones. So I also tend to use a ton of bamboo trellises off of Amazon, but I don't really have a favorite brand or seller because I think all of them are kind of interchangeable. So I'm not going to mention those in this video. You can also get bamboo trellises from a local nursery sometimes. It really depends on how well stocked that nursery is. So that, I think, brings me to the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope I've given you some good ideas for where you can get some commonly used planty items for your Hoya journey. And if you have any questions, please comment down below. If you have other things to recommend for me to try out, also comment down below and share the link. I hope you have a wonderful night because I'm filming this at night. So have a wonderful night and I'll see you next time. Bye. And also please like, comment and subscribe. Okay, bye.